So welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Caroline. And today I am on this incredible boat by myself, well, with Sergio obviously, going down a river in Thailand, and I can't tell you how amazing this feels. And actually it's a funny one because I know that I said I was manifesting something big for ages, and we got the call and it didn't happen yesterday. And instead of going into decline, which Sergio slightly did, but I didn't, because I was like, look where the fuck we are. I'm on this incredible boat that most people will never experience in their lives. And actually, there was on the group chat in where I live, there was a woman in need with her children, and just a horrible case of abuse and all of this that sort of made me feel terrible. She didn't have anything moving into an apartment, so I sent her a fridge, I sent her a washing machine. And then I called my friends, someone bought her an oven, and my other friend bought 2 beds for her children. And I'm sorry, you can't feel bad for yourself, because when you hear stories like this, and she sent me the most beautiful message, by the way, you just feel so fucking lucky. And right now I'm on the boat with Sergio writing down our plans for 2025. And we have so many things to look forward to. We were just working it out, all the big things coming. We've got Bust the Label launching in America. We've got the holiday homes. We've done 3 now. We're going to get another 2 in January or February. That's really exciting. We've got, so many things. So you guys, I'm finally going to get round to doing these retreats. I'm going to do, the first one's going to be a girls' weekend in the Hamptons to discuss divorce and, basically living your best life after 40. And I think, it's kind of like we're catalysts, like butterflies after this sort of I don't give a fuck era. So I'm finally going to get round to that. It's not that I hadn't got round to it. It's just that, when we were going to do it, we then went on tour last year and we had the show, and it just, every time I put it in the diary and started looking at getting, advertising it to all of you, and I've got so many emails, it got changed. And I didn't want to, the dates got changed. Something got booked in that we just couldn't move. So this year I am going to do it. There you go. It's on top of my priority list. And there are just so many opportunities. And I look at I think when you do, and why I brought up the woman that we helped this week, she was so grateful just for the little things, the things that we take for granted. And she was so sweet. And you just feel like, oh my God, you just don't have any right to sort of feel down, really. We all have beautiful lives that we just don't even realize we're living. Look at this boat. There's little Lord Fauntleroy having his breakfast. Then tomorrow we're going to the was voted the #1 hotel in the world, the Capella, which is owned by the Four Seasons, I think. It's just nuts. We have our own guide on this boat. Tonight we're getting off. We're going 7 hours outside Bangkok now. We're going to go to a temple. Our room is incredible. The service has been amazing. Everyone's so lovely. Everyone's so excited to have us. And I'm just feeling very, very, very lucky. So, as one door closes doesn't mean anything else does. Not to mention, by the way, every time, I think Roxy said something about this the other day. She wanted something. Roxy has Manifest, the book. And she's an old friend of mine. And she said something the other day that she was manifesting her dream job, this thing that she wanted for ages. And it didn't happen. And she didn't know why. And then suddenly the next day, her other dream job. And that's what I really believe happens. I think, so the door, I think we're taught a lesson that this door closed, but another one will come. It really does. If you keep a good attitude, you're kind, you're good to people. I'm really excited to see what that is, because every fucking day something happens, something unfolds for us. And it's really amazing to see. Sergio's busy doing our 2025 plan right now at the breakfast table. I don't even know how we're going to handle all the stuff that is just happening naturally before we add any of our other things to it. It's absolutely a miracle how much we have going on. Well, at my age, he's 30, but at my age, at 48 years old, I want to kiss the fucking ground. I didn't think I would be working and as happy in it as I am, and finding a new career as well at the same time. These holiday homes is something I thought about, and I actually woke up the other day and go, how do I have 3 already? And obviously one I can't use because I put my staff in it, but I will be able to one day. But how do I have them? I don't even know how that happened, and I'm going to go back in the new year and look for another 2. But it's really happening, and I see it as a really good, fun thing for me to do for the rest of my life, regardless of anything else that happens for me, and I started to meet all the right people in my life that I can see, have your back. And then I look around at other friends of mine who are struggling right now for whatever reason, and I want to shake them and say, you've got to stop focusing on the little things that you don't have and find peace in the things you do have. And I think sometimes Sergio forgets that too, and that's his youth. That he focuses a lot, when something goes wrong, he focuses on that. And I've tried to teach him, but I think that's because, throughout his life being quite young, things got ripped away from him quite a lot. And he always thinks that things are going to go wrong for him instead of right for him. And, he's been such a big part of this journey for me. And it's hard to be somebody else's journey, but it's a massive journey for him. That sometimes he has to really pat himself on the back and see what he's achieved. He's done 2 years on Housewives, which is not easy for any man to do, any man at all, and to learn by initiation, by fire, going in with women like that. He's gone into Bali not knowing anything but learning everything, the laws, all of these kind of things that he didn't know he had to do, how to set it up, how to, find the contractors, do all of that. It's been a massive learning curve for him. And he's working with his dad now, which is really, really lovely for him. And I see such a sort of change in him. So when he does get all flustered like that about this thing didn't happen, I try and calm him down. It takes him a minute because his head spins off. And then he'll come back down to earth, wake up a new human and go, you're right, I love my life. And he does that a lot. When you see him in all the videos going, I love you, honey, and all of these things, and you all think he's over emotional Latin. I think it's just reaffirming him to himself, how far he's come and how much he loves his life. He always looks around, especially in Dubai, and said, I wouldn't change my life with anyone, which is a really lovely way to be, I think, especially at his age. And I think the fact that he wakes up so comfortable, and that's a good thing as well. We do fight because, again, sometimes his tantrums or my tantrums, set each other off. But at the end of the day, he's my family and I'm his family. And I think that gives you a sense of peace. Even when we fight and people are looking for the small things, it's not like we fight and I ever think he's going anywhere, and I don't think, and he's so committed. So I think finding peace and finding happiness in the things that you do have daily, instead of looking at what other people have and longing to be somewhere else. Although that thing happened yesterday, Friday we have an incredible opportunity coming to us. And regardless of anything else, I've got 2 weeks in Thailand, on a trip that most people will never be able to take, ever. This is the most insane trip. My bedroom is this size downstairs. But who gets a private boat like this for 2 days and gets dropped off at the world's best hotel afterwards, whilst on this beautiful private boat with my own private chef, my own private butler? This is incredible. This is incredible. The other side of the world, I'm sure they don't watch Housewives here, or maybe they do, but who knows. I've got everything to be thankful for. Everything. Wow. So thank you for listening to another episode of Coffee with Caroline. Subscribe, and I hope you enjoy my little nuggets of wisdom.